Hello, Happy New Year, Happy 2026. Pretty crazy, another year passed. I'm sure that you and many people you know have these resolutions, these plans for the type of person you want to be in the coming year or coming months. And I know we all struggle with change, behavior change, identity change, and the like. And I wanted to use this video, even though you're going to see it like a week later, as an opportunity to talk about what it means to achieve these changes, to make them a reality and to make them part of who you are, and to coexist with these changes. And really, like I talk about all the time, change your identity. And that really all starts with behavior. So yeah, this video is going to be slightly delayed because you're going to see it a week later, but I would like that to be the overarching theme of this, alongside the training, of course. Let's use this as a great transition point to become the people that we are meant to be. Hello, I am home, back from work, and I'm about to impart some wisdom on you. See, I got the power stance with my hands right now. This is how CEOs talk to people. This is how you talk when you're doing a TED talk. No. So one, Christmas tree gone, Christmas decorations gone. The holidays are over, okay? There's no more joy, no more whimsy in the world. Just hard work, dedication, hustle, grind. That's it. That's the end of the video. That's how we're going to become the people we want to be, by hustling and grinding. The plan is to do a leg day today and then maybe a light cycle afterward. We're hitting the new year hard. We are overtraining, buddy. Trust me. We're going to have the best injuries this year. I got some of the raw fuel. Oh my God, I should have bought more of that. I just bought more protein from them. I want to start off by mentioning this article that I read from Mark Manson. If you don't know who Mark Manson is, he wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Obviously, the name of that book is a little tongue-in-cheek. I actually haven't read the book, but I have read a ton of snippets from it, and I have mostly heard Mark talk on podcasts, and I read some stuff from him. He has this great article that I will link in the description called The Most Important Question of Your Life. A lot of people, you know, they might think that it's something like, oh, like how do I find meaning? How do I find purpose? Which, you know, those are great questions too. But I think this one is especially applicable to the new year and what a lot of people strive for in the new year. And it is the question of, what pain are you willing to go through? What struggles are you willing to go through in order to get what you want? Not just what do you want and deciding what you want. Because as he mentions in the article, you know, people will give you these platitudes like, oh, I want a happy relationship, or I just want to be happy, or, you know, I want to make a lot of money. And it's like, dude, fucking everybody wants that stuff. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to make a lot of money. Everybody wants to have a successful, meaningful career, all that stuff. You're honestly not really doing much for yourself by saying that, because you're not drilling down into the specifics of what it means to actually achieve something. This question of asking yourself, what pain am I willing to go through? Or if you don't really like that framing, again, like, what am I willing to struggle for? That is a much better way of framing whatever it is you want. And in a way, I am paraphrasing some of the article here, so I encourage, it's a super quick read. It's like maybe like a 5-minute read. And if people read anymore, right? Who can even read? We're so illiterate now. He makes the point that, like, he always thought he wanted to be a musician. And then he really started to, you know, he went to music school and he was practicing. And then he realized that, like, the act of practicing for many, many hours a day was just dreadful to him. So he would start to do it, but he didn't enjoy that struggle, because it is a struggle learning new things, and it is a struggle to change who you are, or to make any big change in your life like so many of us do with the new year. Again, to make it short, he just realized, like, oh, I don't really want to struggle through this. Like, this isn't something that I'm built for. And I think that there's a very important lesson to be learned there, but a very different one from just being a quitter. And a lot of this does have to do with the notion of enjoying the journey, right? You do need to enjoy the path you're on, not just focus directly on the destination, because most of the work is in the journey. The work is supposedly done when you get to the destination. And it's just interesting to think about whatever it is you are trying to do. Learn a new language, lose a couple pounds, whatever. And think about what you have to struggle through on a day-to-day basis in order to get to that thing. And honestly, a lot of the time it is gonna suck. You have to enjoy the suck. Like, there really is no other way to put it. And I mean, I'm sure there are more eloquent ways to put it. The fact of the matter is that you are going to struggle, and it's gonna be hard, and you need to find ways to be okay with that. So to start off, I think whatever it is that you have assigned yourself for this year, however you want to change, try and think about it like that. Think about, okay, let's use the exercise thing as a example, because yeah, I love exercise. I like going to the gym. Like, I'm gonna do a leg day today, and yeah, I'm gonna be sore as fuck, but I like that process. I don't mind being really sore. Like, I like going into the gym, doing a bunch of lifts, and for some people, that is annoying. Like, that is a struggle. They hate that. They hate how repetitive and boring it is. So, you know what? If you want to get in shape, lifting weights maybe isn't the best option for you. Maybe pickleball is, or I don't know, maybe plyometrics is better, or calisthenics, or joining a rec soccer league. I'm looking at you, Tarek. Maybe those are the things that allow you to stay in shape, that allow you to adhere to whatever fitness goal you have. And speaking of that fitness goal, I'm going to stop this here because now this is 10 minutes long, and maybe my goal should be to not upload whole movies to YouTube. But I just love talking. I love talking so much. Hello, it's the next morning because I'm horrible at this vlogging thing. I ate some salmon, which is like right here, with some rice and a little bit of garlic bachan sauce and some Normandy veggies from Costco. It's pretty amazing how much more motivated I am to cook dinner when I have a variety of things available, like that we get from Costco. But it's not just having something available, it's having more than one portion of it available, which I always thought was going to be a hindrance. I didn't think that my girlfriend and I could, or my fiance and I could, like, have the space in the freezer, the pantry, to use up all this stuff. Like that salmon, for instance, it comes in a pack of like 7 or 8 fillets, and I'm like, that's just way too much salmon. But it turns out it's not enough salmon. And one of the things that I really want to get better at, which is kind of like, I don't know, I struggle to call them like resolutions, because I just think that improvement happens at rates that we're just like not aware of. It's like that Warren Buffett quote, right? Humans are amazing creatures. We overestimate what we can do in a year, and we underestimate what we can do in a decade. And things can just like all of a sudden change, right? So all of a sudden, like, I could just be somebody that is always cooking dinner, or is like never buying lunch at work, or that's the main one. It's not necessarily like always cooking dinner, but it's like having food at work, because I just get hungry at work, man. It would be nice if I could sort of mostly rid myself of spending like $80 to $100 a week on buying lunch, because it's not that it's expensive. It's just that it is extra expensive living and working in the city. Plus, let's be honest, no matter what you think about anything politically, shit is getting more expensive. And especially if you live in the city, it's just, dude, everything costs a lot of money. And I'm fortunate enough where I make a decent amount of money, so I can pay for that stuff. But when I pay for that stuff, I'm not putting as much money aside for, like savings or the wedding, for instance. And that's kind of where like I want to redirect a lot of my energy, and by energy I mean finances. So the better I can get at noticing when I am getting off course with a lot of my finances, the better I can be set up for those things that I know are a lot more rewarding, or will be a lot more rewarding than just eating lunch at work, even though lunch at work is delicious. It's not to say that I'll never do it. I'm gonna be honest with myself, but that's kind of like where my head's at right now. I also did, I did that leg day yesterday, and I just didn't record anything. There were a bunch of people in there, and we're not doing that. So yeah, today should be a run day. I got my new jacket on, my new Bradley Mountain jacket that I bought myself for 2 years of sobriety. It's like a wax canvas jacket. I know you can't really see it, but it's like American made. I've always wanted a jacket like this, and I'm like, why don't I just wear it to work? I mean, yeah, it's gonna get worn in, but that's kind of the whole point. Like that's what's supposed to happen. So I'm excited about that. It's pretty stiff. It's cold, it's rainy, it's windy, and I'm not really that excited to be out in the weather, but hopefully having the right gear helps me out, because generally that is the only thing that you can control. I also want to say real quick, thank you for the love on the last couple videos, but especially that last one, the 2025 one. I hope that I can get better and better at it the more I do it, and look back at these videos at some point and be like, I can't believe I was doing it like that, because now I do it in a way different way. And that's not the thing that's motivating me, but the idea of progress and the idea of change in that way and improvement is very exciting to me in any area of life. So yeah, I'm gonna head to work, and I don't know, I might see you before the end of the day. If not, then is what it is. Yo, coming at you from this apartment floor. We're gonna build one of those right there. Well, we're grading the floor at least. It's just all flat, and I'm running the little tractor thing. So these guys can come in, pour that floor right there, and then start going up. Kind of on our ass though, I can't lie, because there were a bunch of utilities in the way, and a bunch of things didn't get approved, so we couldn't keep grading the floor, so they can keep pouring the floor. And yeah, now we're finally able to grade the floor out. But these guys, like, I swear to God, there are going to be people living in these things by the time we're done grading the floor. No, we have all this week to do it. We'll be fine. Everything will be okay. I just wanted to give you a little glimpse into what I'm doing this week. Coming at you live with this stinky little monster right here. Just nasty. Come home, and sometimes she just doesn't want to use the litter box, and she just uses the floor instead. I have decided to use this as a cycling week. So I want to get some volume in, but I don't really want to run. Well, I want to run, but I'm giving myself a little bit of a break, because it's been like 3 or 4 weeks of like 30 or 40 miles a week. So I think now's a good time to like back off a little bit. And I don't know, we'll see if I don't actually run this week. But I want to do at least 3 cycling sessions this week. So today will be 1, and then I don't know, maybe depending on how I feel, might run tomorrow or just lift weights. And then I think I want one of the other ones to be a long ride, but with my actual bike. It's back there, I'm pointing back there. This weekend on Saturday or Sunday. I meant to do it on this Sunday, but I just didn't get around to it, because I just didn't feel like going out in the pouring down rain 2 days in a row, because I had ran the day before in the rain. And it's just so dark, and then the rain added on top of it. Dude, I'm kind of scared of getting ran over. So, I mean, I hope that you will forgive me for that. But this year, obviously I want to do more cycling. I have to do more cycling and eventually swimming. We'll talk about that later, though. It's hard to trust people on the road, but I can't say that forever. So, yeah, I'm going to make some of this carb drink. Same one from yesterday. Was it whatever day that was? And yeah, let's get some miles in on the bike or some time. We're just going to do time, probably 60 minutes. This right here is peak athleticism. This is peak filmmaking. I'm like Martin Scorsese doing the Tour de France. Fast, 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 fast. I'm like 50 minutes in right now. And God, feels good. Time's just flying on this workout, which is really nice. A lot of the time, the indoor bike workouts feel like they take 900 million bajillion years. I have dinner that I made. Look at this beautiful steak and couscous. No, she made it.
I made it.
She made it. She's becoming too powerful, actually. She's too good, if there ever was such a thing, at making steak.
We're engaged, by the way.
Yeah, we're engaged, by the way. No, we got 4 pounds of steak, 5 pounds of couscous, and 6 pounds of asparagus. So, yeah. I also did there was like a 60-minute bike right here. Eat this at my desk because it's desk day. And since I got home from work, I'm going to get on Yakuza 7 and work my job in that video game. It's great. Just an endless cycle of work. I'm reporting in midday, just to say. It's too wet out here. All right, done with work. Pretty much got that whole floor graded. That little tractor thing that I was showing you the other day. Was that yesterday? I don't know. But it kind of overheated. Something was wrong with it because it's 300 million years old. And so I didn't use it for most of yesterday, but the mechanic came out, fixed it, and just told me to monitor the temperature. So he didn't fix it, but he kind of bypassed the heat sensor temporarily while he works on getting a new thermostat for it. So yeah, graders are fun. They're one of my favorite machines to run because they're just really challenging and just really rewarding. So it's always fun to get on them and make sure that my skills are still decent enough to get the job done. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna bike today or if I'm gonna run. I know I said yesterday that I was gonna bike pretty much all this week, but we're gonna drive home and we're gonna see if I wanna run or bike today. Hello, it is I, fitness guy. I'm gonna run today. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 1 hour on the treadmill. Probably like 4% incline and then like 4.5 for the speed. The cats are fighting right now. They're going crazy. Normally I wouldn't be worried, but Hikari has a little scratch on top of her head from Yami. I think he got a little too angry a couple days ago. We didn't actually see it happen, but all of a sudden she just has this little blemish on her head. Poor girl. Anyway, I'm not just going to do an hour on the treadmill. I am going to kind of like start to incorporate a little bit of heat training. We're gonna just see how it feels. I used to do this back, I don't know, probably like 2 years ago. I used to go on the indoor bike at the gym sometimes when I knew a lot less about running and just overall training in general, especially on the aerobic side. And I would, basically go like this. So I got a sweatshirt and I got a long sleeve on underneath this. And we're just going to do low intensity, just heat training, just sort of like acclimate a little bit, really get the body just begging for adaptation. They say, I don't know, it has something to do with like increasing mitochondrial density. I'm not going to act like I'm some fucking professional. And I'm definitely not going to do that thing that people do where they just listen to like a Huberman Lab podcast and then they just fucking repeat what he says on there, because I'm not a doctor. And I also just don't feel right just directly repeating what somebody says, especially if I don't fully understand it. I know that heat training is pretty good for you overall, So that's why I'm giving it a shot. And I just like experimenting. I like being a guinea pig. Yo, it is Thursday morning. I feel really good after that run. We had some pasta and some chicken meatballs last night for dinner. We found these like pesto basil meatballs at Costco. So good. Easy to add to like any meal too. Just pop them in the air fryer. But yeah, that run is right here. And I think I'll probably go on another run today because, you know, if you're ever just not feeling it, just do it anyway, and then you'll be feeling it. That's the lesson. That's always the lesson. Lunch today. For breakfast, I had one of those Oikos yogurts and a bobo. I got some caffeine, of course, because I'm addicted. I can't stop. I got one of these protein shakes that aren't as good as the Fairlife ones. Another one of these Costco protein granola bars, and this chicken pesto artichoke sandwich from Whole Foods. Pretty good. Haven't shown my lunch in a while. I'm in the gym. I'm doing a push day. The only thing that sucks about this gym is that the heaviest dumbbells are only 50 pounds. I'm on my way to go pick up dinner for Satara and I from our local Greek place. It's like one of our favorite places to eat here in Seattle. And we get the combo plate. She gets I get lamb and beef, and she gets falafel, big falafel person, and chicken. And then we each get like a pound of hummus, and I got some Greek fries this time. I just couldn't be asked to cook dinner tonight. It's just one of those nights, you know, buy dinner Thursday. Here's the food in like 3, 2, 1. Fuck my stupid Chungus life. I literally said that I was gonna show my combo plate, and I just ate it instead. How dare me? I ate my dinner instead of showing chat.
Phone does not eat first in this house.
The phone did not eat first. That is so true. In other news, the first 2 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen peak. So now every Thursday is Jujutsu Kaisen Thursday for the next, 10 more weeks? That's amazing. So lucky to be alive. Happy Friday. I was just thinking this morning when I was sitting in my car that, and this is not novel. It's just me thinking about all the habit-related stuff. It's like it's so hard to just start, right? Like sometimes if you just show up, you're there, and then you think, well, I'm already here, so I may as well do it. And I feel that way whenever I start meditating, whenever I start doing a little bit of Japanese practice. The gym feels that way more than anything else. It's like, well, I'm already here. I already did 1 set, so I may as well just do at least 15 or 20 minutes. I think that's just a really important thing to remember. Sometimes you don't have to motivate yourself to get the thing done. You just got to motivate yourself to show up, and then the thing will it'll just magically happen sometimes. Well, it's not magic, it's hard work, of course. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good framework. But not everything has to be a full day either. Some days you can only get in the gym for 10 minutes. Some days you can only practice piano for 5 minutes, and that's okay. Just called in lunch. You know what it is, teriyaki time. But the plan for the rest of the day today is to take this machine, that pile of dirt, and move it a little further that way, and then load it into some trucks. This isn't important work by any means. I'm just adding a clip into the video. Nice, the machine auto shut off. Always shut your machines off, unlike me, because I always forget. Because that saves fuel, and you always want to save fuel, because saving fuel is saving money. We're at the gym. Look who's here. Bandit. Good morning. It is a long run day today, Saturday. So
I'm thinking like 15 to 20 miles. That seems to be what I'm used to the past, like, I don't know, month and a half. I know I said I was going to do a long ride this weekend, but I'm thinking that would be best to do that tomorrow as like a bit of a recovery ride. As for today, I'm going to do like a little bit of a workout, I think. So maybe do a couple miles at goal marathon pace, and then a couple miles at rest, a couple miles at marathon pace, and just kind of repeat that until I reach, the mileage that I want. As always, I got the carb drink to start out. I'm going to eat this Bobo bar, and I have 2 Cadence gels, 2 packs of gummy bears from IntraChew, and a Go Gel. You always got to remember to fuel, and everybody's saying that these days, but it's so true. People don't fuel. It's crazy. Even, I'll probably still buy like a donut or a bagel at a cafe in the middle of my run today while also eating all these things. Also, as a bit of a reminder for what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, and just like about making the most of change this year, I came across like this little, so I carry around this smaller notebook with me, mostly at work, but when I remember to take it out of my vest from work, I'll bring it home and I'll kind of like carry it around to places and just, write down small thoughts. You never know when something might come to you, like a little piece of inspiration might strike. And I came across this note that I had that it was something that I needed to read in like a very small moment of self-doubt. And I know that self-doubt isn't exactly the same as habits, but self-doubt is that it's like, as I say in this note, it's like the first thorn that begins to prod your mind. And to be caught up in self-doubt is to restrict yourself. It's the thorn in the mind that jabs you. You are not unworthy of ability. To exist is to have inherent worth. You need only recognize it. Whenever you're starting something new, whenever you're trying to change, you think you might not be worth it. You think that you might not have the ability. But trust me, my dear friend, you do have the ability, and it is possible. So keep looking in that mirror, keep self-reflecting, and recognize that you are worth it.
We're like 5 miles in. I just illegally crossed the road. Yeah, come get me. Yo, coming at you from the 17-mile mark. About 1 more mile to go. Probably gonna end up being like 18 and some change. This is a good run. Really good workout. I think some of the intervals, like the 4, 3, 2, 1, I was going a little bit faster than goal pace, but I was able to sustain a faster pace more consistently, and none of the usual parts of my body hurt. So that's really good. I'm going to learn my lesson from last week though, and not run tomorrow. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that cycling tomorrow. No matter how long it is, how short it is, I don't care. Just keep the legs fresh without too much impact. I ran 18 miles. I did like a 3-mile warm up and then a 4, 3, 2, 1 cut down from, I think it was like 7:15 or 7:20 pace all the way down to like 6:45. And yeah, that was good. Body felt great. No like residual pain after the fact. I definitely feel like I did a marathon pace effort, which is good. I haven't done a long run workout like that in a really long time, and it's really encouraging to be able to get out there and actually get those like very important workouts in. I mean, all the workouts are important, but those long ones are the ones that like really show you that you can sustain that fitness that you've been building throughout the whole entire race distance. So yeah, that was encouraging. And then came home, got breakfast cooked. I don't know why I said it like that. Cooked breakfast. It was just like eggs, sausage, sweet potatoes, the normal stuff. And then got a knock at the door. And our neighbors downstairs were like, hey, do you think you could stop using your sink because there's water coming through our ceiling? So, yeah, that's not good. Turns out that something below our sink was leaking, and it was just pooling up below our sink, and it was leaking through their ceiling. So that's not ideal. Somebody from the building came into our place, and he's like, yeah, we'll get this. It was a quick fix. It was just like a small threaded piece, just had to get threaded back on. So, yeah. He's like, it's not your fault. I'm like, oh, I know it's not my fault. Don't worry about that. You don't got to tell me. It does suck that there was water leaking into somebody's apartment, though. On the bright side, though, they have the same layout as us, I guess. So it was literally just leaking through the ceiling right onto the countertop right there. Unfortunate, though, because, the ceiling's probably going to have to get patched up. But that's, at least the floor didn't fall through for us or anything like that. Like, imagine if, the whole thing was just, rotted out. Like, what if that was happening for, a week straight, and just just the floor falls out. Anyway, yeah, got all that fixed, and now I'm kind of eating a late lunch, early dinner, and it's these breaded chicken bites from Costco. I think it's from Bear, and then I got this protein bar as well. These things right here, they're really good. I saw some people posting online about them, and then people were arguing about those ones versus the real food ones, so I decided to just give one of them a try. I might try the real food ones as well. But yeah, super dense in protein, just really easy. I put some Bachan's garlic barbecue sauce on them too, because barbecue chicken is just fucking goated. And yeah, I'm going to eat this and play some Yakuza. And hopefully tomorrow I can actually get on the bike, stop being a coward, get out there on the trails.
Good morning. As you can see, I am about to go for a run. It's been a minute since I had to put on all my cycling gear. I think it's been God, has it been 2 months? Almost 3 months since I rode the bike? That sucks. So, there is one thing I'm a little scared about, and it's the fact that since I got my clip-in pedals, I have not ridden the bike. So we're going to go very slowly into the night because the last thing I want is to have to stop and I can't unclip and then I fall over, and that would be very embarrassing. But I need to recognize that very much might be part of the process. So if I end up falling over, I will update you. But as for now, I think it's actually good. I woke up a little bit late, but it's fine because it's a little bit lighter out. So less likely to get run over, hopefully. I sound really paranoid in this one. As for the length, I don't know. I'm thinking 20 or 30 miles probably. Let me turn on the ring light. Just go out there and ride the bike for recovery, because after 18 miles yesterday, I don't really want to run. I keep making that, I don't know if it's a mistake, but yeah, I keep making the mistake of doing my long run and then trying to get a little bit more volume in the next day and doing 3 to 5 miles. But I think my body just needs a little bit of recovery time from impact related activities. And I've been meaning to get back on the bike, because if I want to do that half Ironman, I need to spend a little bit more time on the wheels. I'm going to grab my water bottle and put my stupid clip-on shoes on, and then I'll head down. I don't know. I'll try and get a video on the bike. I'm just really focused on not crashing. So, yeah, that's why we got this, all right?
I don't know if you can hear me, but you have no idea how difficult it was for me to start my camera while riding. I'm trying to get good at doing multiple things while on the bike, like eating, drinking. Maybe I gotta grab my phone. I don't fucking know. Just trying to become extremely dexterous. No soft cap. There are unlimited possibilities. All the skill points into dexterity. When you turn 30, everything's over. Nothing matters. No New Year's resolutions. Nothing good can ever happen again. you don't even get to enjoy honey out of a little glass bear. And that's one of the best things in life. It tastes way better when it's out of a little bear than it does a little mason jar. I finished that ride. There it is. First ride with the clip-ins, and I almost fell a couple times. They feel good. It's nice being able to like not only push down, but also pull up in order to cycle. And obviously that's like one of the big advantages of the clip-ins. In order to like get better at getting in and out of them, while I was riding, I would like unclip and then try and clip back in like without looking. So hopefully at some point, which I'm sure this will happen, it'll be slowly, then suddenly, like with everything else, it'll be like second nature, ideally. I got my French press that I saved the pressing for this exact moment. I got some like mid-tier coffee, at least I think it's mid-tier coffee. And I'm not only using it for this, because this takes up a lot of grounds, or just a lot of beans in general. And you kind of just like burn through coffee. So if I was only drinking coffee on the weekdays, I like to have nicer beans, but my fiance got me this massive 2-quart cold brew maker for Christmas. And it's nice to try and like save money on coffee throughout the week, right? So I would rather use beans that are a little bit cheaper for this rather than a like 1 pound bag that's like $25. So yeah, I'll be using the beans for this thing here. So anyway, that wraps up another week of training. This one was a little weird. A lot more cycling this week. I think I got like 2 hours of cycling in, which isn't really a lot in general, but it's a lot more than I normally get. And then 20-something miles. But my Strava graph is looking nice. It's like flat, and there are no like big dips in it, which is kind of what I said I've been going for. I want to create a good foundation for my body that makes it more resilient when it comes to injury, because dealing with the whole hamstring thing and then whatever happened with my calf or shin or whatever, like in the middle of last year, it really sucked, like having to, build up and then fall back down. And then it's not a lot of fun, especially when you spend so much time doing this stuff and then you have all these ambitious goals around these activities. So it's really encouraging that my body is holding up, not only with the volume that I'm putting in, but also with the intensity, like yesterday's 18-mile workout. Stuff like that is like really pivotal for certain builds, because I need to know that I can like push myself for really long periods of time. And the plan is to just keep doing that, maybe slowly build up the mileage within the next like 1 or 2 weeks. I'm not really sure how often these are gonna come out. I might try and do them like every other week instead of every week. And I'd like to try and sneak one of those gaming videos in here or there with like more pointed topics on just the philosophy stuff like I would normally do before I started making these videos. It's nice to sort of treat these as like general videos that are focused around the training, and then I kind of sprinkle all that stuff in. But the ones where I'm just sitting at my desk are, I think, great opportunities to really drill down on a specific topic. So whatever it is you are trying to do this year or next year, or, like I said, in like 3, 5, and 10-year increments is when you really, really start to see a lot of change. And that doesn't mean that things can't happen over just 6 months or a year, but those times are great times to, again, lay foundations for the endpoints that you actually want to get to. And everything is just a process. You're not a thing. You're never standing still. You are never stagnant, even if you think you are. So
Just always remember that, and even if it's little steps, they're still steps. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one.